He learned a lot since then.
Hey, we're working here.
42 degrees. It's cold.
Still
out.
fanning myself after that answer she had. I didn't even have a fan.
66 degrees today. Cannot believe you guys. All right, 66 is your high today. Full sunshine. No rain to worry about. Only 20% chance of showers tomorrow. No rain to worry about. The weekend's going to be beautiful, sunny, but cool. Look at your weekend bottom. Look at those lows. 29 now, 38, then back up to 45.
Whew.
29.
Feel like 110 in here this morning. I need one of these fans. Coach Pugh, how are you?
All right.
Coach Legg? All right, down to you last week. Who you got?
We got West Limestone tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night there?
No, at home.
At home. That's your old stomping ground, West Limestone, though, isn't it?
No, sir.
Oh, you went to Clint.
Stomp over there. I stomped at Clement's house.
That's right. That's where you
Yes,
went to
sir.
Clemens. What do you got in store for tomorrow night?
Well, I hope we play hard and hope we can finish it off with a victory.
What have you learned about this season?
Hey, man, you learn who your friends are. You learn who your friends are. You know, I've learned that 5A is a challenge for us, and it's always going to be a challenge with the people we got. And, you know, I learned that you really learn which one of your kids, some of your kids work harder than others. And you figure that out when you're 2 and 8. And you take a look at yourself when you're 2 and 8 and wonder what you're doing wrong. And I do that every day I go home. So,
What are you going to have to change things around for next year up there in Ardmore?
we're just going to work harder. I mean, you know, and I say work hard. We work pretty hard right now. We're going to pick it up a little bit more than that.
Was it a difficult game this past Friday night? I know you got 47-7.
Difficulties in how?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you playing against.
No, like I told him, I said, man, I don't have sons, and but I got daughters, and I said, man, it was like coaching against my son every time I watch him walk out there on the field. But I mean, but by the way, like I told the newspaper, definitely the best team we played all year, definitely the best coach team we played all year. And I'm not saying that because I'm sitting by it. That's the way it was, and that's the way it is. And we wasn't, you know what? We went into the game wanting to run the ball. That's what we could do. We thought was run there, and that's all we could do. Like I said, we showed we couldn't. So.
All right, Coach, you beat your buddy bad last Friday night. You feel bad about it?
Did you hold back?
I think he knows. So it probably would have been. He could have scored a few more if I'd have left my second bunch in, because we tried to put them in there. We went backwards about 40 yards. And I got very, very ill and took them back out. But then we ended up getting to put them back in anyway at the end. But the big thing about Clint is that, like I told y'all last week, they're not as bad as their record. They ran the ball on us better than anybody did all year long. But they just had a couple of penalties there on their first drive. I didn't think we were going to stop them.
How do you describe your team this year being undefeated and you having the record he had last year? What's been the biggest turnaround for you?
I'm going to tell you what, and I know you're going to think I'm crazy, there's not that much difference between going 2 and 8 and winning them all. It's
Really?
just a few little things that happen during the game. And it's a penalty here, it's a fumble there, it's a couple of kids making mistakes here and there, and when they don't make them, you got a chance. And we won 4 close games this year. Last year we lost 4 close games. So, you know, and momentum with kids is huge. Once they feel like they can win, boy, they play hard.
Really?
But when they think they're going to lose and they don't believe in themselves, it shows up on the field. And I'm telling you, you got to watch that when you're coaching, because you're trying to avoid those things.
Is the pressure on more now or at the beginning of the season?
No, it's not. Right now, for me, this has been such a great season for our school, our kids.
It's the first time in history.
Yeah, in our community. You know, we're just taking them one at a time, and I'm trying to tell them to enjoy it because, hey, it's went by fast if you think about it. We're in week 10, and now we got the playoffs, and you know what they've got to realize about the playoffs is there's no tomorrow if you don't win.
Who's in the playoffs in your division?
We played Dora in the first round, but
At East?
it's at East Lyme, so we could possibly play 3 games at home if we win 3 in a row.
That's kind of unusual, isn't
You know,
it?
we're in the top of the bracket, and you know it's just going to work out that way. If we can win, we can play 3 games in a row at home.
So you got to be extremely pleased, the whole community out there, for what you've done this year.
Well, I think there's a lot of proud people over there. That, you know, East Limestone. There's a lot of proud people anyway. But right now, they've got something to rally around, I think. And our team's kind of, our team's kind of done things, the way they should have, but we've done it with class, and that's big with me. I don't want anything negative coming out of a team winning, getting out there and running their mouth, or getting out on social media and acting like we're a lot better than what we are. I think our kids have done a good job of keeping it in-house.
Well, for you, this has got to be your best season ever.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
By far.
It is.
Especially
Son,
having
quarterback,
so.
and that's got to be a dream come true for a guy like you, or any guy like you.
I don't know if I deserve it, but he does. I'll tell you that.
Brick's worked hard.
Yeah, he sure has. All right, let's change the subject. Let's
Hey,
get down.
before we change the
Yeah, go
subject, here's the Judge Jamie question, everybody.
Yeah.
He and I both stay on the referees pretty hard, but guess which one got the 15-yard penalty Friday night?
I'm guessing he did.
I did.
Oh, you did. Oh. What'd you do?
He's laughing at me across the way. Yeah.
I was not.
Yeah, I was the only one over here chewing out the guy.
They gave you a penalty.
Yeah, give me-
That could probably cost you the game.
Gave me an attitude to this reason.
All right, let's talk about Auburn this week. What y'all think about the first playoff committee thing?
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't.
I don't either. I mean, I agree.
It matters to the people that are in it, the people that got picked, but the people that didn't get picked, if they're close, they know if they win, they're going to be in the Final Four.
I got to tell you, that Paul Feinbaum show is a dang hit, and it's the biggest thing they got going on the ESPN. It's that good in the afternoon with all these Bama fans calling in, complaining
And
about
they
everything.
fools of
But
themselves.
how do you see Ole Miss Auburn Saturday night?
I don't know, man. I'm going to be honest. I don't know.
Auburn. Can Bama get in it?
Oh, think of who they're playing. Think of who
got
they
LSU
to play.
next week.
You got Mississippi State, LSU. You got LSU, Mississippi State, and Auburn left to play. All you got to do is win. You're in. Period.
All right, guys, been a play. I hope y'all stay with us the rest of the football season. Come up, y'all are certainly a big hit on Thursdays.
That's a big stretch.
I'm feeding you pancakes this morning.
That's
Oh,
a
them
stretch.
pancakes.
Fat enough. I tell you what I will eat, though. I will eat one of those big burgers from Hardee's. I will spit it out.
You think you could eat one of those?
Yes, sir.
All right,
No,
we'll
sir, I
get
can't eat the 40-pounders. I
All
can
right.
Done.
Thank y'all for coming. Congratulations, Clint. You'll turn things around.
Classic.
Tell Brick, man, congratulations to everybody on your team. Maybe we get them all up here one day.
Appreciate it.
All right, and tell Dennis whenever you see him, I said
We
hello.
see him way too much.
We'll take a break. Dan Williams comes up next. Y'all hang on.
Thank
Local and loving me.